You know the other one, okay. Do you want to do that one? You want to do You want to do that one tonight? I'll do that just for you, okay? All right. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. All right, we're having fun. So she's telling me what song she wants me to sing tonight. All right. Ooh, chirp, chirp. Eliza asked me to sing that. What's that? To sing that name. Whatever name you like. That's right.
Yes, great. All right. Wow. Leah, whenever you let me know when you start. Oh, you started already. Great. Oh my gosh, 6 o'clock. All right. Well, I think we're going to get started. Even with our intimate crowd here, we are going to get started in just a moment. Let's see if we're online. All right. We are online. Looks like we have as many people streaming online as right here in the congregation. That's so fun. Gotta love July 4th weekend. Well, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
I don't know that I really even need this mic. Let us join together this evening in goodness and in joy, blocking out some of the noise of the world around us and perhaps just focusing on a little bit of inward peace, a little bit of spirituality, a little bit of Shabbat holiness on this lovely Erev Shabbat. We'll join together in singing Hine Ma Tovu Manaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is that we can be together. Let's join together in singing.
Hine Ma Tovu Manaim,
Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Hine Ma Tovu Manaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov, Hine Ma Tov, Ya la 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 la. Hine Ma Tov, Hine Ma Tov, Ya la la ya la 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 la. Hine Ma Tov Umanaim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
I see we got some more people coming in, some of whom are related to me. Hello, Jake. Hello, Asher, Noah, and Lauren. Why don't we, let's join together in the lighting of our Shabbat candles. We have anybody want to volunteer to light the Shabbat candles? Any adults want to volunteer?
To help supervise? Prevent?
All right, okay, come on up. Come on up.
I'm over the age of 9 years old.
You are over the age of 9. That's not quite adult yet in Jewish tradition. I'll give this to you guys. You wanna light, and then we'll all do the blessing together. Let's do the blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner
shal
Shabbat. Amen.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, guys.
Shabbat Shalom.
Not quite yet. That's going to be at the end of the service. Once you make it to the service, you get the candy. So why don't we do this? We want to welcome everyone to TBS, and I want to ask if anybody has a July birthday. Do we have any July birthdays here? Nick. All right. When's your birthday, Nick?
The 29th.
July 29th. Any other July birthdays? When's your birthday? July 20th. July 20th also for you? Okay, that's great, Gino.
My dad's birthday is the end of July.
The end of July. All right. You do not have a July birthday. Well, why don't we join? If you guys can come up if you want. We have some birthday prizes. All right, here you go. You can pick something out. Why don't we sing together? We're gonna sing first in Hebrew and then in English. Yom Huledet Sameach. Have you something out? Yom Huledet Sameach.
Yom Huledet Sameach.
Why is there a screw in there? Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, these lovely Jews. Happy birthday to you all. Happy birthday. Glad that we can celebrate together. Gina, you said July 20th for you? July 20th. All right. Well, we've got a little time. And then we'll really celebrate. That'll be great. Or the 25th of Tammuz, whichever comes first in the year. That's fair. Either way, we'll do it. Why don't we join together? Let's sing Lecha Dodi, but before we do that, why don't we take just a few moments to take a little bit of a deep breath to see if we can again let go of some of the 24/7 news cycle and perhaps welcome in a little bit of Shabbat peace and holiness and goodness. Focus on the light of our Shabbat candles. Such a challenge. And why don't we together sing Lecha Dodi as we welcome Shabbat. When we get to that last verse, we'll rise and face the entrance to the room and welcome Shabbat. But first, let's join together in singing.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad ishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shmo tiferet v'li echila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat Mekavela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, hitoreri. Kivarech kumi ori. Uri, uri, shir daveri. Kvod Adonai alayich nigla. Lechadodi likrat hala. Pnei Shabbat Mekavela Lechadodi Likrat Kala. Pnei Shabbat Mekavela.
Let's rise and face the entrance to the room and welcome in Shabbat.
Boi Shalom Ater Bala
Gam besimcha
ubetzala. Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala,
Lechadodi likrat kala.
Pnei Shabbat Mekavela Lechadodi Likrat Kala. Pnei Shabbat Mekavela.
And you may be seated for about 10 seconds. And after you've had a rest, and we want to welcome our Shabbat brides who came in right at the appropriate time there. That was great. We're going to turn to the Baruch Hu. You can find it on page 28 if you have a Siddur, or you can find it right up here on the screen. And now that you've had a moment to sit, we're going to invite you to rise again, please, for the Baruch Hu, page 28. Let's join together in singing.
If any of the kids want to do the motions, you can come on up. You know this one, Am I Awake? Okay, you can do it from your seat. Right, here we go. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yalai lai lai, 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 yalai lai lai.
You may be seated. Let's join together, if we can, on page 30 or up here on this first paragraph of the Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Amen. Let's keep stretching our Hebrew muscles here. Even though we haven't been at Hebrew school for about a month now, we'll hopefully remember some of it. And let's join together with Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim umishpatim, otanu lemadata. Al kain Adonai Eloheinu bishochbenu uvkumenu na'asiach bechukecha. V'nismach b'divrei Toratcha mitzvotecha leolam va'ed. Ki hem hayenu v'orech yamenu uvahem negei yomam v'layla. V'ahvatecha al tasir mimenu leolamim. Baruch ata Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Let's read together. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them helps give meaning to our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch ata Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Amen. And we'll invite you once again to please rise for Shema on page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam
And you may be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechdecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'od al yadecha v'hayu latotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'hisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti adchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lahem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem emet. We're going to turn in just a moment to the Michamocha, and before we do that, we want to ask if anybody has a simcha, something that you are excited about, something that is joyous in your life, something that happened in the last week or weeks that you're thankful for which you are thankful. Anybody? Meredith? Okay.
Well, last weekend I had my state games, Special Olympics, and I got a gold medal. Bowling.
Yes, all right. Our very own gold medalist. Yes, that's awesome. Nice. Oh man, we need a magnifying glass, but we're going to find it on there. That's awesome. That is so cool, Meredith.
I'm thankful for going to the pool and my family.
Oh, love it. In that order? I like it, yes. All right. Okay, terrific.
Oh, here we come.
A sleepover.
Nice.
4th of July.
Nice.
Hugs.
Nice. Those are all very lovely ones to be thankful for.
4th of July. 4th of July.
Okay, all right. 4th of July. A lot of gratitude for our independence. All right. What's that? Strong patriots. That is for sure. Well, let me just see if we have any online here. No one mentioned any quite yet, but they might still pop in here. Let's join together for all of these wonderful smachot, all of these simchas. Let's join together in singing Mi Chamocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה. יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום ביי ביי, יום ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום ביי ביי, יום ביי ביי, יום בם ביי ביי ביי. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, לעולם 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 ועד. יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום ביי ביי, יום ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום בידי בם בם ביי ביי, יום ביי ביy, יום ביי ביי, יום בם ביי ביי ביי, yum bye bye, yum bye bye, yum bye bye.
We're going to turn to the Amidah, beginning on page 46 in your Siddur or up here on the screen. And if you are able, we'll invite you to please rise yet again. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geulah Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Tagibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atarav lehoshia, Mechalkel chayim b'chesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofeh cholim,
Umatir asurim,
Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha bal gevurot, umidom melach, melech memit, umechayem, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emanat al-chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, v'kedoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Amen. You may be seated. And we're going to take just a few moments for some silent-ish meditation. Is some words that are private to our hearts, however they may come out and whatever they may be. If you'd like to use the words, bless you, if you'd like to use the words that are in your Siddur, you can use the words in the back of the Amidah on page 54 to 60. Otherwise, you can use whatever words are in your heart on this Erev Shabbat. We'll take just a few moments for some silent meditation.
Oseh shalom imramav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
So this is the first Friday, and this is usually a time when we tell a story so that the kids can hear a story and have a little message. And oftentimes it takes a little while to find a story, find something that's appropriate for the Torah portion. But guess what? This week the Torah itself has a very juicy story, a story that works perfectly. And it is the story of a person named Korach and his two friends, Datan and Aviram. Anyone ever heard of Korach? Some people? Okay, well, I'm glad the rabbi did. That's great. That was your bar mitzvah portion? So fun. So the way that the story goes, first of all, any kids who are here, I'd like you to please put on your Torah seatbelts because this is going to get a little crazy here. This is quite the story. So we have, the Israelites are wandering in the wilderness. You might remember this. They're in the wilderness for 40 years, and this is near the end of their sojourn. If we want to go kind of chronologically, even though time in the Torah is a little weird, this is after the stuff with the spies that we read about in last week's Torah portion. And now the Israelites are wandering in the wilderness, and there are a few people who are leaders who decide that they think that they can do what Moses does and what Aaron does better than Moses and Aaron. So basically, this guy named Korach and Datan and Aviram, the three of them get together. They are all Levites, and they say, you know what? We see Moses, he's got all of this power. He's got this special relationship with God. We want to have some of that power, they say to themselves. We want to have that relationship. We want the power, the prestige. We want to ride in the limo around the encampment. We want all of that good stuff. It's not fair that Moses and Aaron have all that stuff and we don't have any of it. And Moses thinks to himself, like, all the power, what are these guys talking about? Here I am working 24/7, or I guess 24/6, trying to get the Israelites through the wilderness without killing each other. You know, there are always Israelites who are complaining that they wish they were still in Egypt because there, at least they were in a secure place with food. He's dealing with all of these Jewish people, 1 million of them about, maybe more or less. And he thinks to himself, I am just serving. I'm not here for myself. And we know that Moses is very, very humble. He never talks about himself. But Korach, Datan, and Aviram, they think, now we can do it better. So they stage a rebellion. They get a bunch of people, 250-ish people together, and they start, you can imagine, maybe they're protesting outside of Moses' tent, saying like, down with Moses, we can do it better. At first, Moses turns to God. And Moses says, God, I swear, I didn't do anything to hurt these people. I've taken care of them. And God basically says to Moses, I know, I got you here, Moses. I see what's happening. So Moses tries to help the situation. So instead of just shooting them down, Moses says, I have an idea. Korach, Datan, Aviram. He says, why don't we get together? Maybe we'll meet at the equivalent of Starbucks in the wilderness. Let's sit down and have a conversation. Let's just talk it out. And before they were ever even willing to have a conversation, Korach, Datan, and Aviram said, Lo na'aleh. We will not come up there. We will not meet with you. We're not going to have a conversation. We are right, Moses, and you and Aaron are wrong. And we know that as a fact. And Moses said, okay, well, I mean, that's fair, but you know that is not, life is a little more complicated than that. It's not right and wrong. I want to hear what you have to say. But still they said, lo na'aleh. No, we will not come up there. So God tells Moses to warn Korach and Datan and Aviram that the next day that there's going to be a test. And so what happens is it's the next day, the sun is rising, and Moses says to Korach, Datan, Aviram, bring your fire pans to offer an offering. Remember, this is when there were still burnt offerings that were offered to God rather than prayers. This is the Israelites when they were in the wilderness and in Jerusalem. So he said, bring your offering, and we'll see what happens. If God accepts it, great. And if not, then we'll know that you are just for yourself and not for anyone else. So they do that. And without getting into too much detail, we're going to say that it doesn't end well for Korach, Datan, and Aviram. If we want to know, again, without the specifics, the earth opens up, they and their families and followers get swallowed up, and that's the last we hear from them. So a little bit of a violent end to the story, but the commentators, they always want to know, like, why was Korach such an evil character, and where did he go wrong? Because just questioning authority is like the epitome of Judaism, right? We know that is something that we want to do. So why then were Korach, Datan, and Aviram treated so harshly by God? And there are a couple of reasons. First, he wouldn't even have the conversation. He thought that he was right and that Moses was inherently wrong. He's without willing to have any kind of input from anyone else. He stood his ground without wanting to learn at all. And I think that we have that same problem a lot these days. I think if we're being honest, we saw this problem a lot during the spring with college students on college campuses. People think that they know what's right, and then automatically the opposite is wrong. And that is such a dangerous position. And the rabbis were cognizant of that even in the writing of the Talmud. I mean, we're talking 2,000 years ago, the same issues existed. They said, if we can't talk to each other, if we can't learn from each other, then we are stuck. So that was number one. Number two, they really felt like Korach was only for himself. Whereas Moses was trying to really help everyone and be selfless, Korach, Datan, and Aviram were trying to be selfish. And that is also a problem that I think all of us struggle with every single day. So maybe we can picture on our shoulders, like the angel and the devil thing. In Judaism, we have that kind of thing. In fact, it came from us. It's called the Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Tov, the good inclination and the evil inclination. I switched those around. But we're always kind of out of balance. We're always trying to have our good outweigh our bad, to have our inner Korach be defeated by our inner Moses. And what this story reminds us is that we need to try and be even just a little bit more selfless than selfish. We need to embrace our Moses and put down the Korach. It's not that Korach isn't in there, because for all of us, there's that want to be selfish and that want to turn inward. But our tradition says that we have to find the balance, and we have to embrace Moses. So this Shabbat, maybe let's try to be a little bit more like Moses. I think we can all do that. We don't have to work 24/6, but we could certainly work hard for other people. We can be courageous and kind and humble and of service to other people. And we can listen to opinions that aren't the same as ours and not demonize our opponents. When we can do that, we can be more like Moses, and our hearts will be better, and our lives will be better, and our society will be better. Hopefully we can make that happen, and we'll see. We'll see. So let's try and be more like Moses. Can you do it? Yes? You guys over there? Yes? Okay. Hopefully the answer is yes. One of the ways that we can be a little bit more selfless is to think of other folks. And one of the ways that we do that at Temple is by thinking of those who are in need of healing. On this Shabbat, we have a number of folks who are in need of healing. I'm gonna read this list now. And if we have names to add to the list, I would love to hear them afterward. On this Shabbat, we are thinking of healing from Asher Benaya, Ben Harav Gavriela, David Eli, from Jonathan Adler, We're thinking of healing of Rabbi Saul Egan, Nancy Ashley, Lori Barr, Sarah Bates, Charlie Bauer, Margie Block, Marge Serrani. We're thinking of healing for Ann Clark, Keith Clark, Bruce Cohn, Ella Dubrow, Sam Edelman, Carrie Eschler, Marilyn Friedman, Hannah Golan, Alan Goldberg, Yossi Golden, Carolyn Goldmark, Jessica Heffley, Ann Herman, Karen Carlsberger, Beth Jasalowitz, Dan Lang, Minna Melton, Phyllis Miles, and David Paragas. We're thinking of Lisa Pena, Jeremy Phelan, Ian Phillips, Rashi Pristowski, Jessica Rathkoff, Willow Rohrbaugh, Bill Rosenberg, Steve Rubenstein, Ralph Sauer, Ozzy Zimmer, and Shelley Zimmerman. I ask, are there other names of folks who are in need of healing? Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Other names for healing? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Any other names? I don't see any online here, so on behalf of all those named aloud, those named in our hearts, we're going to turn either to page 253 or to the slide in front of us as we sing together Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen.
We'll invite you to please rise if you're able for Aleinu on page 282. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lated gedula leotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kuyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vigor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch hu bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We're going to turn to a few moments of memorial to the yard sites for this Shabbat. On this Shabbat, we also are recalling those who died recently, in the recent days, we are in Shloshim for. We're thinking of Dr. Bill Lippy, of Norma Levinson, of Arnon's Mora, also of Howard Miller. We are thinking of those who were killed in Israel this week: Nadav Elchanan Knoller, thinking Ayal Avnon, Yair Avitan, Yakir Shmel Tadelbaum, and Ori Yitzhak Haddad. We also remember those who died of the season in years past, and may take them into our hearts with our own. We're thinking of Hortense Altman, Dr. Louis R. Bash, Richard Bash, Louis A. Bernard Jr., Jeffrey Cohn, Herman Cooper, Florence Epstein, Julius Feibel, Elaine Feldman, Frederick M. Fogel, Emily D. Goldsmith, Marilyn Handler, Ruth Hirsch, Eugene Jenny Sr., Marion Koppelman, Leonard Koval, Elaine Levine, Joseph Levine, Jeffrey Papier, Brenda Sue Popendick, Arnold Leon Reamer, Sandy Ribb, Sandy Schaefer, Arthur Schifrin, H. Steve Siegfried, Dorothy Silver, David Sokol, and Scott Wolpa. I ask, are there other names of folks who we are remembering on this Shabbat? Thanks, Ash. On their behalf and on behalf of all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we join together in our Kaddish prayer on page 294 or here on the screen. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehesh me Rabba mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudasham barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehesh lama Rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who sends peace and comfort to all who mourn among us, send peace to the entire world, and together we say, amen. You may be seated, and I think Becca is going to do some very brief announcements. Yes, great.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We have a few things coming up in this coming week, and I'll just quickly share. Tuesday, July 9th is our next Maj for Millennials program. This event is a continuation from our last Intro to Maj for individuals in their 30s and 40s. On Thursday, we have a full day of engaging activities, including a day trip to Cincinnati for a day of Jewish historical learning. And then in the evening, our gaming group will host a family-friendly game night at 6 p.m. Dinner and games will be provided. Last, please join us for Babies and Bagels on Sunday, July 14th at 11 a.m. This program is for families with toddlers age 2 and under. Older siblings are welcome to join. As always, please reach out if you have any questions about our upcoming programming. See Shul Cloud, see your weekly window, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Record time, and that was great.
We have fancy topics.
Yes, yeah, that is fair. Well, that is lovely. Thank you. Yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff. Usually July is our quiet month, but not this week apparently. We got a lot going on. We're going to join together. Let's do Kiddush and Motzi, and then our closing song is going to be Am Yisrael Chai. Anybody wanna come up and join us for Kiddush and Motzi? Any kiddos want to come up? Come on up. Any kids who want to come? Let's do Kiddush first, and then we'll do challah and candy. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit Ihu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh zecher yitziat mitzrayim kivanu bacharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon in altalu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Amen. going to do motzi and prepare for one candy per person. See, everyone's got more than one in your hand. One.
One.
Nope,
Oh,
just
no.
one per person.
One.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. And you guys can grab a piece of challah, and then you can grab a piece of candy and head back to your seats. That was decimated. All right, Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael.
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael 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 Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Join us for Oneg downstairs. Or in